Amazing evening, Nigeria. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to Updated Precious, another day to talk about things that happen for inside our country. So quickly, make a bring on an update of things that they share like for inside our country, Nigeria. So they drag our former president, Good Luck Ebele Jonathan, like a pass my neighbor generator. Why did they drag him? Say Good Luck Ebele Jonathan get mind to oversee election for inside Uganda. We bring up 81 years old Yoweri Museveni as winner. For election when they say people they cry say it did very rigged, they shut down internet. Now our own Good Luck Jonathan get mind to do report, go give African Union, say, oh, this election was free and fair. And African Union come begin put statements. So, oh, then congratulate Museveni for a free and fair election. People don't they drag Good Luck Jonathan. Say African Union on a not get used, on a day useless. And Jonathan, you be weak man. It don't show again, say be weak man. You know if you do this. Now Jonathan fault with this. Okay. Well, we're gonna listen and know all that and more. And then people don't they speculate, say, as it happened in one country where we say Israel recognized, so may it be. So could it be in Nigeria? Now, waiting people they talk concerning waiting they happen for inside Nigeria, especially in the heels of these attacks when they happen, and of course all the things that happen for Nigeria. But they come to that. We'll get to that very soon. But one of the G's they grant, they say, Oga Malami's son. They don't rearrest them for inside Kuje prison. Then try to sneak. You know, say they don't meet their bail conditions since, but they don't feel leave after they meet their bail conditions because we hear say security full for inside Kuje prison. They wait for them to come out. So they constantly try test them with the son to sneak them out. Small, yes, carry them again. Now they say, they don't do Malami, waiting do Nnamdi Kanu, and waiting they do Shawore. Now waiting people they talk. In fact, Shawore talked about this during the week when he talks, say, you see, our leaders should know that power is transient. It doesn't move. It is transient. It is, they move. You know, they part one place. So that's when you say you do Shawore or you do other people or you do Nnamdi Kanu, it don't they happen to you now. Why? Because you know get the power again. Well, make I go give on the headlines of all this and more. And before I bring on to my Sunday tonic for inside the house. Exclusive. DSS rearrest Malami's son at Kuje prison after attempt to sneak out amid former AGF's refusal to leave. Our Attorney-General before, no agree leave again, no instead de Kuje prison. Meanwhile, exposed APC, according to this report, APC allegedly harvests citizens' NINs through empowerment schemes to register them as party members. This now according to what social media users reveal. And in fact, no wonder Kaduna State don't come and say, oh, APC don't hit 2.5 million registered members for Kaduna State alone. People say, oh, only Kaduna State on 2.5 million. How on I use get this figure? People say that so then use fake empowerment program, harvest their NIN, use and talk, say them be members. So if Kaduna State get 2.5 million of APC members and he never gets the non-APC members, APC go vote for them. When results come out, the fit say Kaduna State give APC 4 million, you know go fit deny them because their registered members alone now 2.5 million. So you see the rigging machine now waiting people they talk for the streets of social media. But make I go forward, they tell on others G's them. Police told me I wasn't coming back soon. Journalists detained for months over reports on Nigerian lawmaker Chinedu Oga. You remember Chinedu Oga, Abi? London property, ICPC files criminal charge against Ozekeme. Waiting Ozekeme do. We will talk about them. Remember that property we get to do with abroad. We get with Stop Ojikalo, Deputy Speaker Benjamin's alliance if you want Igbo prosperity. IPO behind the talk to someone gonna stop this there come together where they won't come together to undo Alex Oti. Say no good. IPO behind the talk this one. Yay! Tinubu order suspension of APC e-registration in Kano ahead of Yusuf's defection. Dugua 9 they talk this one. Imo Gubapu, APP decries sustained vandalism of parties. APP decries sustained vandalism of parties' billboards and installations. Say that they come out all our billboard or anything we will put, they come out more, Ugochi and they talk this one, or they come out all our billboard for Imo State to hope also them now. All right. Meanwhile, Nnamdi Kanu's life imprisonment, it goes unhappy, and they will show their feeling in 2027 elections. Ejimako, in lawyer, in lead counsel, and they talk this one. As they talk to you, they say 20 ships don't discharge petroleum and other commodities for inside Lagos ports. This one, according to NPA. Senseless violence on Nigerians. Atiku condemns killing of mother, 6 children in Kano. I tell them, I said they may kill a mother and 6 children. In fact, they said they don't even apprehend people who kill them. What think they cause all this kind of nonsense? Well, ADC seeks clarity on US Nigeria health agreement. I beg, Mona can't tell us what happened for this agreement we'll get with US, so we want to understand though. And that's so ADC they talk. Okay, so move on to other issues. Parts of Leventis Plaza in Abuja gutted in fire. This one just happened this afternoon. Gunmen kill 50-year-old man in Benue community as troops launch manhunt of the killers. Gunmen strike Plateau communities, mining sites, kill 3 for Plateau community and the mining sites. Meanwhile, Amoteko arrest headers over alleged rustling, attempted murder of Fulani boss. Biafra insecurity. Nigeria won civil war, but didn't know how to win peace. General Alabi Isama. Now they talk. So Nigeria, if they don't win civil war, but they don't know how they go use win peace. They not get peace after they win civil war. Why it be say they like this? Oh, now wow. Meanwhile, on a professor in experience, our minister for works don't talk. Say Tinubu is a blessing to Southeast. That's what Oga Omahi talks. The South is supposed to be thank him because he's a blessing to them. Meanwhile, as they talk to him, his son Osborne don't pick up APC chairmanship form for inside the Ebonyi state, and your guess is as good as mine because he must win that election. You know, we can push his son for the other side to go for House of Rep. This one they push his son for chairmanship. Nigerians sit down, look, na name abi 2027, getting Tinubu out of power, only way to rescue Nigeria. ADC, now they talk this one, and then police arrests suspect over killing of mother, 6 children in Kano State as he take bail. All right then. APC will be voted out in 2027 election. No legal tricks can stop it. Benga Hashim. Now they talk this one. ADC calls out Tinubu. I don't tell on this one concerning the MOU with US. Meanwhile, my government is focused on fixing Abia, not 2027 elections. Alex Oti don't reiterate. Say all this one when they do politics and to come at me, consign me, nothing consign me. Waiting be my concern and to fix Abia state. Economic hardship forces Abuja private car owners into Kabu Kabu business. They say Abuja car private car owners now. They even use their Mercedes Benz now. They do Kabu Kabu. Why? Because man must work. Ew. Air strikes neutralized over 40 terrorists in Borno. This is according to NAF. And then business owners decry high energy costs, insecurity, multiple taxes. Say everything don't too much. Lights they expensive, insecurity day, tax too plenty. Which one will go do? Which one will go leave? Now it's in business owners that they talk. Our condition has never been this bad. Federal workers don't they lament unpaid 35,000 naira wage award arrears. Say it never ever bad like this for us before. Be less than this Tinubu region, everything come over bad for us. Why? What's happen? What we do now? Before we enter inside Uganda and other issues we concern Uganda, we make the drag our former president. Make us still continue the tell on more. Police identify victim's nephew as lead suspect in Kano attack that killed housewife and 6 children. And then EFCC to write Swiss school over parties in probe of NMDPRA boss Farouk Ahmed. Say they go write that Switzerland school. I bet can't tell us so through how much this or that pay for on our school fees. In 4 children. Meanwhile, Serap sues all governors, say all governors, including Wiki. So you come here, come and tell us how on a spend on a security votes. On another great talk about come talk how on you spend on a security votes. APC calls impeachment proceeding against Fubara legislative coup d'etat. Send a coup d'etat of legislators. Now they do so. Okay. So make we just visit other issues as it get to do with the election for inside Uganda. So video shows electoral officials pre-ticking ballots in Uganda as Bobby Wine challenges election. Meanwhile, on a former president talks say they free and fair, so you tell African Union, and I make them on the drag and say, "Oh God, good luck, Jonathan. How dare you say that election was free and fair?" Nigerian group mourns Venezuelan Cuban losses, condemn U.S. military strike, demands Maduro's release. US, release Maduro now. Release Maduro now. How on I go let people die for Venezuela like that and Cuba? This is unfair. We don't like this. Okay, now. President Trump calls for new leadership in Iran after weeks of protest. Trump done the station himself for Iran Supreme Leader now confirms thousands killed in protest against Islamic regime. Labels Trump criminal. He said Trump na criminal. Now you make me go kill these thousands of people, then we don't die now. Now you make me kill these people for not die. if to say, put mouth for this matter. Well, joining us in the studio now, Prince Francis Chilaka. And I be a Friday, Sunday tonic. Prince Francis Chilaka, thank you so much for joining us. Good evening and welcome, sir.
Precious, how are you?
Yeah, I could be better. I could be better. Yeah. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
So so they say charity is supposed to begin at home, but this time it could begin charity from Africa, because the kind of dragging when they drag your former president, this one be very painful. I don't like this kind of way they drag Goodluck Jonathan. It is very painful to see them talk to Goodluck Jonathan with such disrespect. And I want to make the team pay me rich. I said, make I bring and come forward, make we talk about them first of all. So first of all, the major opposition leader for inside the Uganda election, don't they allege say this election na fraud, na rig, nothing they free and fair inside. But African Union don't rush, go bring a statement. Stop say, oh, the election was free and fair and everything handled. In fact, then they congratulate Museveni. This one I don't make people vex. See their statement. You don't be like saying in my mouth now. You hear. See the statement where they release here. You don't see them. So how they talk my own evidentially. So we speak evidentially. They say the chairperson of the African Union Commission, H.E. Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, commends the conduct of elections in Uganda and congratulates H.E. Yoweri Kaguta Museveni on his re-election with 71.61% of the votes cast during the presidential election in January 15. The chairperson expresses sincere appreciation to H.E. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, former president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, for his sterling leadership at the Joint African Union Common Market of East and Southern Africa, COMESA, Intergovernment Authority on Development Guard Election Observation Mission in Uganda. So, as the chairperson, as the person who head this observation mission in Duwa, the chairperson further reiterates commitment to the African Union Commission to continue to support the promotion of democracy and effective. Now, make I not talk too much. Now, just to let people know, this now Museveni 40th year of rule, and now they go beyond the 40th year of rule. Now, I can tell you what people don't react inside this matter. People may be wondering why he be say would they talk about African matter first, because it concerns us. It concerns us. Now, the same way be say people talk, say, oh, the 2023 election no go well. African Union send congratulations, even though they say it no go well. They say they rig. They say this will happen, but they send congratulations, because this is exactly what will happen in 2027 if anyhow where our election take go. So if we must tackle issues, make we tackle them holistically. So for those who go say, oh, Precious, focus on Nigeria matter, this one no concern us. It concern us, because now so they start from play, now they enter players. So a lot of people don't respond to this, as it gets to do with what they happen for inside this message. Somebody like Inibehe Effiong don't talk. Say the African Union has become a disappointment. One Obiasugo David say Africa doesn't need democracy. Africa needs military dictatorships or dictators who must dictate the right thing. He talk a lot of other things. He say with the blatant, outrageous robbery of Uganda's votes by President Museveni and the validation by the African Union, he just shows that they don't get on a time at all, because what's in the name of election is that was held, and where the African Union they can't comment say the election did good. But that's not all, because I'm coming to bring in more evidences and how they use drag on a former president bring inside this matter, because people are really upset and are saying that, Jonathan, why you go put your mouth inside this matter first of all? Waiting concern you go put your mouth. This kind of election, now the type where you see when make you go congratulate Buhari, now the type where you see be this. All right. So this here says former President Goodluck Jonathan watched an incumbent shut down the internet, brazenly rig an election, and violently suppress the opposition, then had the audacity to applaud the farce as credible election, and help secure African Union endorsement for it. That wasn't statesmanship. It was complicity in the legitimization of electoral fraud. That now waiting they tell on our that Jonathan. And this one don't go viral. People don't begin blast Jonathan left, right, and center. Say, Jonathan, you said you need to do better. In fact, a lot of people don't they call for the abolish African Union, because you don't get any use again. What is the use of having African Union when they no fit get any better role we will play for the welfare of the people, the way they involved. So you can see statements like this now, we don't the trend for the streets of social media concerning the performance of African Union and their take. People will say, oh, is there a way that African citizens can come together to abolish the African Union? This body is nothing but club of African presidents to legitimize sham elections and dictatorships. The African Union is one of the reasons military are becoming a thing in Africa. The African Union is an enemy of African citizens, but an ally for African leaders, enabling them to oppress their citizens. Oh, Prince Francis, Adekomo, please permit me to even speak further because there was a lot of statement. But while I try to get more, make I show you some of the activities will happen for inside Uganda election. We make people the vex where they say what in the election is this? Which kind of election be this? We want to conduct say in an election. Which kind of election be this? Because they were just like Nigeria. You see people with place ABC, they print back people they write election results ahead of the election. They were writing election ahead of election result ahead of the election. Make I quickly show you what's in the opposition, direct opposition leader.
Hello, Ugandans. My name is Chagulanyi Sentamo Robert, also known as Bobby Wine. Today is Saturday, the 17th of January 2026, and the time is 9 a.m. in the morning. My wife and I have been under house arrest since the 15th of January when we had elections, and yesterday our house was raided by some police officers together with a number of other unknown individuals in plain clothes. They used ladders to climb over our fence. They cut off our electricity, they cut off our cameras, and they were being assisted by a helicopter that was hovering in the sky of our compound and providing them light as they were doing what they were doing. Amidst that raid, I was able to use my skills and escape my house. But I know they're looking for me. But even if they succeed and get me and do whatever, I want to say this to you, fellow Ugandans. First and foremost, we reject whatever is being declared by Mr. Abubakar, because those so-called results that they're declaring are fake and they don't in any way reflect what happened at the polling stations or what is at the declaration forms. And therefore, those results, the so-called results, are fake. After arresting almost all our agents, after ballot stuffing, and after shutting off the internet, the regime is trying to once again rig the elections. What happened in the polling station is a completely different story, and we demand that the internet be restored and the rightful declaration forms and tally sheets from the districts are uploaded on the internet so that the people of Uganda can see the rightful results in transparency. We also demand that they hold whatever declaration is going on until the internet is restored and until the people of Uganda can follow up on the results in transparency. We are glad that there are protests, and we encourage the people of Uganda to resist any rigging and to resist any effort of subduing their voice. We also want to call upon the media, which has deliberately ignored what is happening in the country. There are widespread protests across the country, and these widespread arrests and people are being killed. For example, in Butambala, at the house of Honorable Mwanga Chivumbi, 10 people were shot and killed in one house by the police. In Waise, 4 people have been shot dead. In Mukono, 4 people were shot dead. In Machinge, we have information that 3 people were shot dead. And in Kayonga and Luwero, we are yet to get the statistics of the people that have been killed and what exactly is happening. We want to firmly call upon the people of Uganda to reject these fake results that are being read at Ruboa by Mr. Abubakar and his Electoral Commission, and we want to call upon the people of Uganda to non-violently protest and reject any effort to subvert their voice and demand that the rightful results are announced. I thank you for God.
All right, so that's what Bobby Wine, the direct opposition leader, gets to talk about. And then, of course, other issues also come up for inside that election when, as I said earlier, ballots, we see ballot sheets where were being ticked ahead of time, just like typically waiting. You don't hear people complain about for like Kogi State election. Sorry, not yeah, Kogi State election, the one we bring in Ododo. When people talk say, oh, they come in with already filled ballot sheets. That was exactly the case. Waiting we hear what happened for Uganda. In fact, Bobby Wine himself actually posted the image of that the pictures, and then with this caption talking saying this that this is not the kind of election where BC happen. What did they talk say? Now free and fair election. This is it. Why he posted it, and then he did say this video showing electoral commission officials ticking all ballot papers in favor of Museveni in at a polling station in Western Uganda. This is what Museveni and his criminal system call an election. We campaigned, we voted, we tried to protect our votes, but the criminal arrested or abducted many of our agents and officials. The only recourse is for the people of Uganda to reclaim their votes. That is why we call on the protest votes. This protest. So you go ahead to talk. Now, this it's just get funny because I'm the kind of things they see for Nigeria where they happen for elections. This is not exactly what in play out for Uganda and where Ugandans see this now the video of them complaining, having the right results ahead of time. So you can see that typically of what we don't hear here happen before. They see they feel ballot boxes. Electoral officials go. So if you like say this is like a disease where they go around Africa. Because you just be wondering what in the name is going on here. See, in favor of the political of Museveni party. Exactly, this is what they're doing. This is what is ongoing, and this is the video he posted. This is crazy. Now, Prince Francis Chilaka, before I take more of your thoughts, so while talking and addressing an issue in the past, South Africa's major opposition leader was asked about, some people, especially as it get to do with some voices we're supposed to be talk. This time, waiting to get to answer, and it gives
you speak about
African Union, talking about African Union and what they do today. How it takes
leaders in Africa. Do you think that SADC is playing in the role that it's supposed to play?
There's no such a thing. SADC, there's no such a thing. AU, there's no such a thing. It's a group of all people who protect each other. They don't protect the interests of their people. It's a club. It's a gentleman club. They don't care. They don't call each other out. So they are unable to say, you are wrong here, you are wrong there, and therefore this is how we need to fix it. And the way forward is that the youth must take politics serious. The youth must participate in politics. The youth must.
Okay, sir. All right, sir. So do you think that these are just a group of gentlemen's club? Welcome to make us take your reaction, sir.
It's Precious is not funny.
It's not funny, but this is within this.
It's so annoying because when you look at what is happening with the AU, you look at what is happening with the ECOWAS, you cannot but liken it to what is happening with your Senate. Because I feel so bad because I've always said that for me, AU is a gang up of bad leadership. Bad leaders. Please point one member of AU that did not come to power via rigging. Have you ever seen AU condemn an election in any of its member states? Especially with all these old and about to die presidents. So mention one. The same thing you have playing out in AU is the same thing you have playing out in ECOWAS. A man who has is about 80-something years old, who has been in power for, I think, going to 40 years, or more than, and now at least more than 40 years. At 82, Precious, what is the innovation? What is the new idea? What are you bringing forward? What would you be bringing forward at 82 that will make sense to the younger generation? How would your mindset as a 2-year-old person bring development to your country? Because what you'll be thinking about is your health, where to sleep, you know, at that point in time, everything around you becomes a toy. Everything around you becomes a plaything. Because at that point, you're already coming down. You're already coming down from that high IQ you used to have, that high intelligence you used to have. You're coming down. So tell me, what will the man offer? And it's so painful, especially when they rig themselves into power. They now use the people as a camouflage. They now tell you, we were voted in by the people. When deep down they know that they are the ones who rig the election in their favor. I think Jonathan doesn't seem to know what he wants for himself. I think that's what I'll say. He doesn't know what he wants for himself. You know, first of all, they have dragged him like I passed my neighbor generator, join APC, join PDP, come and collect ticket, and all of that. So now he's a free board, running from one country to another, observing elections. And yet, these elections he's observing are fraught with rigging. And he finds it difficult to be sincere with himself for once and pretend that he's not sleeping and sleep properly. But like the proverb he gave, because he's pretending to sleep, he's also pretending to tell lies. And in his mind, those lies, he believes they can be turned into truth. And this is why the Western world is looking at Africa and they feel like coming to recolonize Africa. Because what the African leaders are doing is pushing the people into slavery, into penury. That is what they are doing. It's unfortunate that we have an organization like African Union that has not done anything for the African states. It has not done anything for the ordinary people in Africa. It is these same leaders that will sell the people's birthright. It is these same leaders that are busy entering into different agreements where the natural resources of the people have been taken away. It is these same leaders who are covering the terrorism that is going on. It is these same leaders that are indirectly covering the drug trade that is going on in most African countries.
Drug trade?
Yes.
Yay, African leaders.
Have you wondered the amount of drugs that enter into this country?
Even Nigeria.
Do you know how much? Do you know that there is no week that goes by that the customs, the NDLA, they do not seize drugs? Either they're coming by air or they're coming by sea.
Yay.
It's alarming. It is alarming. And you ask yourself, for instance, I ask people, are we producing cocaine in Nigeria? Do we have factories in Nigeria where cocaine is produced?
What? Why?
Why I'm asking this question is that I am telling you authoritatively that the amount of drugs entering and leaving this country is alarming. Across the entire country. On a daily basis, the customs are always arrested. And these people who are bringing these drugs, or these people who are trafficking these drugs, they're not related. So what is the African Union doing? Nigeria has been battling with terrorism up north that is gradually coming to the south. What help has African Union done? Have they woken up? Have those so-called old men who sit together to drink cold and outdated coffee, have they ever thought in their mind that this is a solution? But rather they are the ones pushing their own people into slavery. So when people talk about this whole thing about African Union, ECOWAS, I tell you, it's bullshit. It's nothing. these people do not understand what leadership is. They do not even understand the plight of the people. And as I said, the National Assembly you have today is likened to ECOWAS and AU.
Why do you say so?
Is there anything that AU condemns? Or is there anything that your senators or honorable members have condemned? No, tell me. The only thing they stand against is what will benefit ordinary Nigerians. I mean, in Nigeria, we're talking about the issue of we need to have a second look at the electoral law. Has your Senate been able to do something about it? Even when they were asking them that this whole idea of vote buying should be criminalized, did they agree to do it? Because they're all beneficiaries of it. In one way or the other, they are all beneficiaries of bad governance. They are all beneficiaries of rigging. And that is why African leaders will never take the step to curb rigging in election, because if they curb the rigging, a lot of them will lose out.
So for man who be say don't rule for 40 years, amend the laws a couple of times to accommodate them, and now they go further. People they talk say which rights Africa feel really get. So even talk say, oh, some people they treat on a bad, or other countries don't impede on a sovereignty and all that. Have you not also gone against the sovereignty of your own people for the actions the way you say you did take? These are questions people they talk about. Let's go ahead with other issues.
No, I'm coming. You know, when you talk about sovereignty, unfortunately, when the people give up their sovereignty to these wicked, vampires leaders, they just believe that the people should all be pushed into the ocean. They become larger than life themselves. They don't value the people anymore. It happens to see. Anything that is happening in any other African country is happening in Nigeria. In 2023, we saw the way election was rigged. It wasn't hidden. We saw it. Everybody saw it. You saw when a glitch happened, when you're having 3 elections going on at the same time. 2 went free. The other one got a glitch. Meanwhile, the man who was responsible for that glitch, rather than probing him, you are giving him an ambassadorial nomination and approval. Are you not saying indirectly that, good, let us do it again in 2027? And they will do it. They will do it. They'll damn the consequences. Because we have Nigerians who are beneficiaries of illegality, supporting illegality. We have people who are already lined up. All they want to get is, let me just get a call. Now I'm only 1 cup of rice, 2 balls of onions, 1 pack of 3 pieces of Maggi, and that is their value. It's so shameful, but that is their value. And then when they do all those things they do, and they begin to see the hardship that comes with that wrong decision they have made, they now begin to look for who to hold responsible. So for me, African Union should be scrapped. You know, it should be scrapped.
All
Maybe
right,
we need to get foreign nations to colonize every member of the African Union.
All right, sir. So in another shocking event, let me quickly name this before we continue with other conversations. So in a shocking event or report that was made public today, I think by New York Times, I think I got it from New York Times, yes. So the United States rallied on information and reports, according to them, from Emeka Agbalasi, a screwdriver trader in Onitsha, Anambra State, to launch airstrikes in Nigeria, according to a report by the New York Times. So, you know, in October, US President Donald Trump redesignated Nigeria. Of course, we know that. And talking about how Christians are being slaughtered and all that. We know about the attack on Christmas Day launch. Now, but according to reports, Ume Agbalisi, founder of the International Society for Civil Liberties and Rule of Law, Inter-Society, remember them, otherwise called Inter-Society, is an unlikely source of research that US Republican lawmakers have used to promote the misleading, according to them, they say that Naim be the source will give her the idea of the misleading idea of Christians that are being slaughtered in Nigeria. There are no Christians slaughtered. Umar Balusi, alongside his wife, run the non-governmental organization Intersociety from their home. Now, the report said US lawmakers Riley Moore and Ted Cruz, whom Trump had asked to probe the Christian genocide claims in Nigeria, alongside Congressman Chris Smith of the New Jersey, have all cited his work. That is inter-society work, the statistics way inter-society begin. Now, according to them, they say assumption. Umar Balusi was quoted as saying that he has documented 125,000 Christian deaths in Nigeria since 2009, based on research from Google searches. Nigerian media reports, Nigerian media reports, and then secondary sources and advocacy groups like Open Doors, a Christian organization whose data Trump has cited too. So he told the New York Times that he rarely verifies his data. He also acknowledged that he seldom travels to the regions where these attacks have happened or occurred, and usually assumes the victim's religion based on the location of the attack. This now waiting New York Times a report though saying I'm waiting intel them. Now, if a mass abduction or killing happens in an area where he thinks many Christians live, he assumes the victims are all Christians. That's what the reports read. Now, in an interview with The Sun, Umar Balusi, when asked about the source of his data, points to location and space of an incident or crime scene and described his methodology as one of the oldest natural methods in the world. Now, the salesman said he has degrees in security studies, peace and conflict resolution from the university, from the National Open University of Nigeria, and described himself as a very powerful and knowledgeable negotiator. A self-acclaimed criminologist, Umar Balusi is described as an expert in the report, where he claimed there is a strategy to annihilate all Christians and Islamize Nigeria. Listen very carefully, so I'm so sorry to disturb you with this report. Now, he claimed that 100,000 churches exist in Nigeria, and about 20,000 of them were destroyed in the past 16 years. Asked about the sources of his data, he simply said, I Googled it. Relying on information provided by 3 congressmen who have reportedly referenced Umar Balusi's data, Trump launched a volley of strikes in Nigeria during the Yuletide. Now, people are reacting to this attack. That what actually is the New York Times trying to do? Pitch Igbos against the Fulanis in Nigeria to cause ethnic war. Now, are you telling me that Inter-Society will write a report and then Riley Moore came all the way from US to Nigeria, visited Benue State and saw people in the IDP, communicated with them, but abandoned all the communication he had with them and believed rather what Umar Balusi wrote in Inter-Society? I had a young man here yesterday, Alex Barbary. He's a missionary, and he spoke about his first time. In fact, he said he's traveled almost across all the northern states of Nigeria. He mentioned even Bauchi as places he's traveled to. And I did ask him, have you seen anybody from Fulani extraction in any of the IDP camps? He said no, that he hasn't seen, but he doesn't know if there's anyone that exists. But from his experiences, he hasn't seen. In fact, when I was arguing with him that there is no Christian genocide in Nigeria because our government said there is no, he started laughing at me. People were looking at me like I was, like I said, they asked questions where they obvious, but it was deliberate while I was asking those questions because I know that that's the stand of our Nigerian government. So for Nigerian government to come out, say, what's in the name? Shehu Sani come out the other day, come talk, say, oh, Nigeria, say Igbos. Now them go bring this campaign of say Christian genocide, the false Christian genocide campaign in Nigeria. Say Igbos falsely, they talk, say, then concoct the idea of Christian genocide. That is to say that Christian genocide never exists, but the Igbos concocted it and sold it to the US. So that means Igbos now be the problem. And now the New York Times have reported this report now, pitching the owner of Inter-Society against the rest of Nigerians. I want you to tell us what this means, because this is, before you begin to tell us, very quickly, I did play this video too. Let me play it back again. If this video perhaps negates what even him, Sheikh Hussaini, has said, because Sheikh Hussaini himself had said it before, that the people causing trouble across Nigeria and killings across Nigeria are people from Fulani extraction and Muslims. Let's listen to him say that again. If it's Umar Balusi that said this too.
the terrorists killing people in northeastern part of Nigeria are not from Congo. They are not from Malawi. They are not from Namibia. They are not from Egypt. They are northerners and they are Muslims. The bandits in the northwestern part of Nigeria, they are not from Senegal. They are not from Mali. They are not from Morocco. They are not from Guinea or Guinea-Bissau. They are Fulanis from the northwestern part of Nigeria. So it is for us to solve the problem. It is not for anybody to solve the problem. They are not speaking Chinese, they are speaking Fulani language. They are not speaking Spanish, they are speaking Hausa language. They are not speaking Mandarin, they are speaking Kanuri languages. When will the North sit down and address the whole of these bandits and terrorists are not more than 5,000 people?
All right, sir. So you heard what he said. Let me take your reaction very quickly, sir.
First, when you see a story that is being reframed, every now and then people are trying to remove a substance or remove something from the story, and they want to paint a different picture of it. You know that corruption is at war. I'm sure you are aware that it's been said and it's been alleged that the government has spent is it $9 million?
It's not alleged though. That's still the US papers them don't acknowledge on the same.
No, I'm being very deliberate when I use that word. That has been alleged that your government is spending $9 million. So what you see from this media house now is a reflection that the money they have paid is working. Because you and I know that most media houses is all about cash and carry. And, anybody in his right mind who says that the American president relied on a report written by any civil society or any NGO or any group to carry out an airstrike in Nigeria is living a life of lies. The American government sent delegates to Nigeria. And these delegates met with government officials. These delegates moved from place to place to see things for themselves. Even places where your president could not get to, he got there. Is that not a first-hand knowledge of what has happened? That's first-hand. So what other do you need? What other report do you need? It's unfortunate that, this Western world, this Western countries, the media, they just like to, jam heads together. Now, bringing it back home, to someone like Shehu Sani, is one man I used to respect a lot. I used to respect his views on national issues. Why? Because, don't forget, he went to the Senate on the back of civil liberty societies. He wrote on their back. The back of civil societies. That was what Shehu Sani wrote on to become a senator. And having been a senator, what did he bring back? What impact did he make? So this is a question we should ask him. What impact did he make? When he was making this that broadcast you showed, telling us who these killers are, telling us the language they speak, telling us the religion they believe in, was he under an influence? It wasn't. But you see, there's something with a lot of leaders in the North, especially the ones who are very outspoken. they say one thing, and when their own northern brothers reject what they say, they retract it and say something else. We've seen it. Atiku has done it. When Deborah was killed, I'm sure one was murdered.
Yes.
You're aware of that?
Yes.
So it's a way for a lot of people in the north, for their leaders, to keep lying to the people. And they take joy in doing it. They take joy in gaslighting the people. So when they say one thing today and the people react, they retract it and say something else. We all seem to be forgetting the fact that it's even the APC government, I think it was in 2012 or so, that went to the US. They were the first ones to go and talk about genocide. It's not you, it's not... the way these genocides are being committed, is it in Imo, Anambra, Enugu, Abia, Ebonyi? It is not. It's in the north. Borno State, Taraba, Benue, Plateau State. These are northern areas. So suddenly everybody has forgotten about Reverend Dachoma. Everyone has forgotten about him. So now everybody's looking for an excuse
Igbo
to give the dog a bad name in order to kill it. Anything that has to do with Igbo man in Nigeria, it creates a lot of problem. And then these people who keep demonizing the Igbos, why are they finding it difficult to sit back and say, with all this thing that's happening in Nigeria, let us allow referendum in this obnoxious document called the 1999 Constitution? Why don't they say, okay, these people that want to go, let us allow them to go? Maybe that is the solution. Because you can't every day you wake up from sleep, it's either somebody from the west is attacking the Igbo man, or somebody from the north is attacking the Igbo man. What other people will say and nobody will react, once an Igbo man says it, it's like the whole world must crumble. You see it happening even with APC, with P2B and Atiku. Atiku can run from now till tomorrow. APC will pretend that they didn't see it. They will suddenly go blind. But the moment P2B says the same thing, hell will be let loose. So honestly, I find it very, very upsetting that in this 21st century, our people, the Nigerian people, are allowing the politicians to continue to divide them along ethnic and religious lines. It's very, very unfortunate. But whatever it is, we know that those who are in IDP camps. Please, how many IDP camps do you have in Igbo land? But we know where the IDP camps are. And these people, the likes of Shehu Sadi, that has been speaking and sprouting rubbish from his mouth, why has he not been able to challenge the government and say to the government, allow these people living in IDP camps to go back to their ancestral homes? Why has he not galvanized the entire elders in the north for them to call their children, their friends, their brothers to order and say, this killing, you are giving us a bad name? Why has he not done that? But it is easy for him to open his mouth and tell you that it is the Igbos. Is he not ashamed of himself?
All right, so let's quickly move to other issues very quickly because we don't have time so that we can wrap up on time. So we do hear that operatives of the Department of State Services, DSS, have rearrested Abdulaziz, the son of former Attorney-General of the Federation, Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, at the Kuje Correctional Centre in Abuja. Now, this is following his father's renewed refusal to leave the facility despite completing his bail proceedings. So he not finished in bail procedures, but he no gree leave because if the fear say if he leave, they go rearrest and come charge him for, according to sources, people will write them, say they will come charge him for terrorism financing. Now, the incident occurred on Friday when court bailiffs from the Federal High Court arrived at the prison with fully processed bail documents to secure Abdulaziz's release. However, sources within the facility said Malami reportedly insisted that his son be quietly moved out of the prison without the usual formalities. So, security officials who had placed the facility under heightened surveillance were said to have been monitoring all movements in and out of the prison, following intelligence reports suggesting attempts to manage Abdulaziz's release away from public attention. So, as a result, we hear that the DSS operatives stationed around the correctional center reportedly profiled every vehicle leaving the premises. Now, Abdulaziz was subsequently intercepted and rearrested shortly after being handed over to those facilitating his release. Now, this happened on Friday. His son, the source said, this happened on Friday. His son was taken from bailiffs from the Federal High Court, who brought fully processed bail papers, but Malami refused to leave. Urgent, urging that they sneak his son out. But the DSS profiled every car leaving and arrested him immediately. Arrested his son. A source privy to the information said. Now, a security source familiar with the matter said the move reflects growing unease within intelligence community over what they have described as irregular efforts surrounding the former Attorney General's approach to his son's release. Why are you trying to snake him out if you don't get anything to hide? That I'm listening to the talk. So I make a quickly take your reaction to this, because a lot of people now done this, including him. Shawari on the talk say even him, Malami did worse to him, Shawari, when he arrested him. Court granted him bail. Malami rearrested him. If I make a play, it's just a sneak peek of waiting, a snippet of waiting. Shawari talk about him last.
Is the cell that Nnamdi Kanu's brother was staying when we were arrested in October that Malami is staying. So those of you who are in power, who are enjoying impunity, just know that one day impunity will come to your front door. And he has refused to even process his bail because he's afraid of, is to tell you that whenever there's oppression, it will go full circle. So those of you who are in power, who are enjoying impunity, just know that one day impunity will come to your front door. Because Malami abducted me in court, in the Federal High Court here, after I was granted bail. And today now, Malami was granted bail. Malami has refused to process his bail because he doesn't even know what is happening outside of the Kuje prison door. And it happens that when I was detained there, it was Malami that sent me there. That time, the place they called the VIP, a special area, and I used to be a death row cell, But they have converted it. I heard Abakari went and developed the place. When we were there in October, my friend Ima, the younger brother of Nnamdi Kanu, was put in that particular place. Now Malami is enjoying the place. I hope he will pay Prince for putting deodorants in the cell so that he can breathe. So these are
all right. Let me take your reaction, sir. So that's the way the toxic power the transient, say the stationary. That's exactly what they play out to the Malami case, and I'm waiting people don't talk. And that's effective in what Shawari also said.
Anything that is illegal is illegal. If you like to do something over and over and over, and that act is an illegal act, it remains an illegal act. Illegality can never turn to be truth. So I am not a supporter of Malami, but I will say this. Those who are happy, feeling that I went through this, I went through that, it was an illegal act. And so I would want a situation where Nigerians would look at an illegality in the face and say it's illegality, and stop thinking about this whole thing about karma, about its payback time. No. For me, that is the height of foolishness. What the DSS is doing, is it legal? Is it proper? Is it an accepted norm? If it is not, no matter who is sitting on that seat, whether it is Malami, whether it's your current new Sambo, well, whoever is sitting on that seat, as long as your acts are illegal, it is illegal. So this idea of somebody getting arrested by is it the police or whichever, getting to court, being released, and they now launch a kind of attack to arrest the person back, is an illegality. So we must not continue to support illegality. Let us come out and say what they are doing is wrong. What the DSS is doing is totally wrong and unacceptable. On the other hand, the man you are arresting or rearresting is in court. Did he commit the offense? Let the court determine. So what is the fear? What is scaring DSS? What are they scared of? And I don't know how we have gotten to this level in our country where people just do whatever they want to do, and we all just believe, oh, it's because they're uniformed men. I was watching a video yesterday, and I was shedding tears. How two policemen were brutalizing one man, using their gun to hit the man's leg. And I was trying to imagine what would happen if that was a community where you have a lot of, young boys who are tired of life, who have been under the influence of drugs. What would have happened to those two policemen? So we must do things and do it right. Let us not allow illegality to hold sway. So for sure, thinking that it is payback, he is also saying that illegality is allowed. He should condemn the act first, condemn it well. For the fact that they did it to you, they know it was illegal. If they do it to another person, speak out against it, so that illegality won't stop. So whatever Malami has stolen, Yaya Bello is walking free. He's all over the place. I keep forgetting this man's name, your former aviation minister. He's on bail. He's walking free.
Hadi Sirika, every time they talk about that mama, they pay
yes, that is spending the precious. That is nothing but scamming of the highest order. And that was why yesterday I was saying that when they said the EU has removed Nigeria from the list of countries of corruptness, money laundering, terrorism financing, I said these people are crazy. The EU has lost it. Because these people we have in government, these are leaders, they steal from the people, they take it abroad. How do they take it abroad? Is it not by laundering it? So why are we allowing them to deceive us when we all know the truth? How the Sadiki he's walking around free. Where are the aircrafts? These are the kind of people Amechi will say, stone them with pure water. But we're not doing it. The current youth we have in Nigeria are the most docile young people.
So, but Prince Francis Chilaka, what is really shocking is how you can have somebody with such a questionable character, if the accusations or the things he's being accused of is anything to go by, under the administration of one of the most credible and incorruptible presidents we've ever had in our time.
Please, very precious. Stop that, Robbie. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. Buhari was a colossal failure.
Hey, but he's incorruptible.
Buhari never fought corruption. He never fought corruption.
Yeah.
You cannot say you're fighting corruption when all the people around you are corrupt. If the late Buhari is not corrupt, I say, have they given us account of how much was spent abroad for his treatment? As Nigerians, don't we have the right to know? Is it not under his government that had the Sadiki scam Nigerians? So what are we talking about? This whole thing about fighting corruption is just nonsense they say during campaigns. Are you not in this country when somebody told you on the 29th of May 2023, subsidy is gone? and told you what they were going to use the proceeds for subsidy to do. Where are they doing it? These people just keep lying, and brainwashing Nigerians. And Nigerians are falling for their tricks. Go and check around the states. How many of the senators or honorable members are using their constituency allowance for their people? How many of them? The only thing that people in government know how to do is to steal. Let me tell you, if you reduce salaries of political office holders to your national minimum wage, a lot of people will not go into politics.
So why are they not doing it? Why are we not agitating for it? The opposition leaders, why are they not agitating for it? That means all of them also want the same thing.
The opposition leaders, how many of them are credible? Most of them have cockroaches in their cupboards. And that's why they are afraid. When Malami was in APC, did anybody talk about corruption on him? Let Yahya Bello leave APC tomorrow and go to ADC and see if they will not arrest him and the court will not give him a bail. So this government, by extension, is encouraging corruption.
All right, sir. So let's move on very quickly to another issue of corruption too. As Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, has filed a criminal charge against Michael Zekonasan over allegations bordering on fraud in relation to a London. They want London property where in they involved in, where in name they involved in. Now the ICPC in a 3-count charge filed by its lawyer Uswe Beni, head high-profile prosecution department at the Abuja High Court, accused Ezekame of complicity in the large-scale corruption case. So, so the case named the senior lawyer as sole defendant. Count 1 alleged that Ezekame, 68 years old, of number 53 Now Street, Maitama, Abuja, sometime in August 2021 or thereabout in London, within the jurisdiction of the court, directly received House 79 Randall Avenue, London, address purportedly given to him by one Shani Tali. Now, the ICPC said the act constitutes a felony, an offense contrary to Section 13 and punishable under Section 24 of the Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission Act. So, in count 2, Ezekame was alleged to have, sometimes in August 2021 or thereabout, while being legal practitioner and senior advocate of Nigeria, made a false document with Nigerian passports bearing a certain passport number for Mr. Shani Tali. The commission alleged that the senior lawyer did this with a plan to use the same to support claim of ownership of property known and described as 79 Randall Avenue in London. Now, it said the offenses contrary to Section 363 and punishable under Section 364 of the Penal Code, that is Cap 353, Laws of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 2006, as amended. Now, the count 3 accuses Ezekame of dishonesty using as genuine a false Nigerian passport bearing the name of Mr. Shani Tali to support claim of ownership of property known and described as 79, the same address. The ICPC said the offense is contrary to the following. So others are entering for future proceedings in respect of the said house and the address, data page of Shani Tali's passport and other relevant documents. Now, the Anti-Corruption Commission, in its proof of evidence, listed the witness to testify against the defendant, including Mr. Wakili Musa and Mr. Tosin Olayiwola, who are both investigators in the EFCC. So I don't know if you heard this case a long time ago concerning Oga Ezekame. I'm sure you know about this case and all that. Why IBC they wait for them to wait now? And you know, Ezekame they always they go for election cases. Why not now? They want sharp up. So that means you can't have any good person in this country. I thought, let me leave you to handle the matter.
No, but you see, this is where politics is being played. Like they say, you don't get everything you want on a platter of gold. And I told you when we started, I said, he who comes to equity must come with clean hands. So whether you like it or not, between now and the end of this year, a lot of people in opposition, the basket, the things they have in the basket will be exposed. But like I said, it's not how to fight corruption. ICPC that is going after Osakome, is he a government official? Did he get the property as a government official? It's a private being, it's a private citizen. So we can't lose context of that. But this ICPC, please, I'm asking, how many former governors have they been able to arrest? How many former governors or senators have they dragged like this? If they are doing this, why are they not dragging the former boss of the INEC? Why are they not dragging the former boss of NNPCL? These are where monies are being stolen from. These are where accountability is not available. Why is the ICPC not going after them? So sometimes you find out that these government establishments do contrary to what established them. And it's all about what they too will make out of it. It's not about what the government will make. Because in Nigeria, it is self before the country. Well, not it should be the country before self.
All right, sir. So let me quickly give you a gossip that is going, that is making the round, and then we'll take other issues. So we hear a netizen, a social media user, I don't accuse the All Progressives Congress (APC) of collecting national identification numbers (NINs) from citizens during the so-called, according to him, empowerment events, and using them to register participants as party members without their consent. Now, Harry, will be social media user, shared the claim for inside in Twitter handle. X handle, attaching a screenshot showing a duplicated NIN error on the APC registration app, which he says confirms the alleged unauthorized handling of personal data. So the allegations come amid APC's nationwide e-membership registration drive that is launched, I think it was launched on January 5th this year, which requires participants to provide both NIN and voters card details and update and all of those. So he don't publish that. Now, everybody now they complain. I mean, what's their name now? Kaduna State don't talk. Say through the e-registration, say APC membership don't hit 2.5 million for Kaduna State alone. And people say, now procedure to rig election and they don't do like this. So because if Kaduna State for now don't get 2.5 million registered members alone for APC, if the election come, then you say then get 5 million voters, you know, go feel argue with them because 2.5 already know their party members. The other 2.5 now one way each party member feel bring. So they don't already win the election. So if Kaduna begins to read that result and tell you 5 or 7 million from their states, we win for APC. It's a go-go. But why harvest people's NIN to do this registration? And then people don't they also attach the renewed hope projects of President Bola Tinubu, when that appoint renewed hope ambassadors across each geopolitical zones and states as another strategy, because as they appoint these people, they empower them to empower other people. So like that's setting a roadmap to ensuring his win for 2027, while others are looking. We hear say Atiku Abubakar had already prepared vehicles and all that for the election. Other candidates, what did they wait for? What did they wait for? So people are already putting strategies in place to ensure they win or perhaps rig the election. But others just did the hope. Now some Nigerians will just stay quiet when the election results come out and they say, oh, they rigged it, when they did not do their own due diligence. But make I take your reaction, sir.
You're talking about the safety of your data. You yourself, are you safe? When the people who are protecting the data are not safe, what do you expect? Nobody is safe. But you see, I'm one of those. I'm not worried whether there are 1 million or 10 million or 15 million members of APC in Imo State. I am not worried. The membership that I know, because I'm also in the field. I'm in the trenches. the membership you see does not reflect the vote you will get. And that's the truth, it does not. You can have 1 billion people registered. It does not reflect, or it does not show you must win the election. So I think we should not be burdening ourselves with that. We should focus on asking for a proper reform of the electoral laws. The game needs to be spelled out. We need to look at the number of years or your age before you go into elective position. It's very, very important. So all this thing about all what you just read out is a way of distracting the people. Let us keep them busy. I would not support or be one of those who say, oh, because they say APC has 3 million registered members. If this is how it works, why are Nigerians not being registered? Why is it difficult to give them their name number? If everybody knows that, because except you're saying that because you're a registered member of the party, there's something special you're benefiting. But other than that, there is no benefit. If you not like, oh, make 10 million register, make 20 million register. All of us na the same market will they go. Na the same hospital will they go. We know no different one. The person when they earn 10 million today, if not last month catch you, now the same last month catch them, go catch somebody earn 1,000.
All right, so I might quickly just touch your Southeast very quickly before I open the phone line. So we here say, so the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, they don't call on the Igbo people generally, both home and abroad, particularly Abians. Make them stop what they called Senator Odious Okalo and Benjamin Carlos political alliance if they want continued peace and prosperity of Eastern Nigeria and Abia State in particular. So make them stop this their unity when they come together to undo OT. Now, in a statement by its spokesperson, Emma Powerful, the pro-Biafra group said Ndibo must halt Odious Okalo and Benjamin Carlos and their political alliance for the peace and prosperity of Eastern Nigeria and Abia State. The group cautioned Abians in particular to beware of manipulative politicians from the state, allegedly led by the former governor, Odious Okalo, and the deputy speaker of the House. It added that the two are on a journey to take the state back to the grime, to the grim errors, but the present administration of Alex Oti brought them out of it. So they say, make on they careful, may they not carry a state, go back to where did they bring and come from. Now beg with the beg on they careful. Meanwhile, for inside your state to go down the shout to say they scatter all their billboards. So oppose on them your governor no one carry I see any billboard doing no be their own for inside. Anyone with them put, they don't scatter them. Anyone with them put, they don't scatter them. And they talk, so this one impunity. Why would you not allow any other political party billboard to stand in the state? This not just early way it doesn't start now. But other parties won't be there. With this kind of thing when they happen for Nigeria, they just the break. 2027 shows they could talk like this. So I take your opinion.
Well, if you I think the media is unnecessarily fueling the rubbish going on in Abia State. They're fueling when you have people who have failed WAEC, not once, not twice, not 3 times. First of all, they failed WAEC for 4 stretch years, 8 years on a stretch. They fail WAEC, and then they come and tell you that in 2022 or 2025 or 2026 that they don't fail WAEC, when WAEC don't put their name for their board in script and there record their name for computer. The content you say tomorrow, they go do this, they go do that. You know it is dead on arrival. Odious Okalo, with due respect to him, should actually come out and tell Nigerians, not only Abia people, what he did for Abia people in 8 years. He should come and tell us. Maybe if he tells us, we'll have a change of mind. But he needs to tell us what legacy did he leave in Abia State.
But he already said it. That seen at the road when built. Now,
He know the shame. Precious. He know the shame. Shame not let these people freeze. The road when he built and what is happening in Abia today. What is the correlation? But like I've told you the other day, Orji's account, Alex Otin, a madman. That man is sick. That man is not fit to be a Nigerian. Why must he give account of his expenditures? Why must he develop the state? They should leave the state the way it is, undeveloped. That is what they want. So that they can be surviving of the Nigerians they get from FARC and the taxes they tax the people. That is why they will tell you they are constructing a road from year 1 of getting into power to year 8 when they leave power. That road is still under construction. Shameless people. And then tomorrow they will come and tell me they are leaders of the Igbo race. Hey, honestly.
But people are saying that is there anything wrong with they coming out to vote, to throw support for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu?
No. For me, I'm not against anybody.
Omani, for instance, now has come out to say that that Tinubu is a blessing to Ndibu, to Southeast generally, and Ndibu are supposed to even thank him for being a blessing to them. Even though saying some self don't come out and come collect chairmanship, and we know say go home. But is there anything wrong with attesting to the fact that Tinubu has been a blessing to them in the Southeast?
Dave Umahi, professor in practice, I beg, show me what the federal government has done in the Southeast that will make you open your mouth and say that the presidency of Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a blessing to the Igbo race. What has it done for the Igbos? But when you see people who want to continue to retain power, they want to continue to eat from that table. They don't want anything falling from the table to belong to them. They will say anything. Devumai is the Minister of Works. Do you know how much that ministry is controlling? So why will he not say such things? But then it's left for Abia people to decide what they want. If they want to go back to Egypt, then they sabi. But if they want to have faith and follow and cross through the Red Sea, good for them. But they must make that decision. And nobody else can make that decision for them. That decision lies with them. If they want to take their state back, they know the right things to do.
All right, sir. So whilst we still look at opening our phone line shortly, we hear say 20 ships have the Nigerian Ports Authority (NPA) says 20 ships are discharging petroleum products and other commodities at Apapa and Tinkan Island in Lagos State. Now, these people don't react to this. Say, wait, 20 ships, petroleum products with the modern capacity we will say Dangote refinery gets. Why do we like to put a lot of pressure on our dollar? For what reason do we really have to put this much pressure on our dollar? So if we have 20 ships within January alone, the discharge commodity, we'll not talk to make it rely on Dangote alone, but why as much as 20 ships discharging these products in January alone? Which one will happen for February? And then we now have Dangote exporting to other neighboring countries. Because a businessman would always go for a way to survive. As much as people say they don't like Dangote's monopoly. But is this decision the best thing for Nigeria at this time when we struggle to make sure, say, we maintain, a certain level with our dollar? Even though some people talk the dollar won't be a bit stable at this time. But is it a wise decision that we still keep encouraging this kind of large importation of petroleum products when we have a refinery with full capacity in Nigeria that can serve the consumption of Nigeria?
Precious, who are the importers?
There are no problem there now.
Because we need to know the importers.
Now me go tell you.
Now nobody go find news.
But now you're in the industry. You're in that.
Now you go find news now. News there they sleep. You go pinch and can I come out? The truth of the matter is that if the petroleum products are imported by government, the government should also tell us how much subsidy they paid on it. They should be able to tell Nigerians the landing cost. So now that you have this number of containers that have entered, they should use it to crash down the price to 300 naira per liter. Then we will understand, say yes, they don't arrive.
Is that even practical, sir?
Is that what?
Is that even practical?
It is practicable. It is. So if you want people to support you, see Bola Tinubu to support you in a small thing. Don't forget, you tell me, say, if after 6 months I don't see steady light, we cannot return you. That's your promise. That's your blessing. We'll never forget that more. We can't have for mind. So anything anybody can do that will bring down the price of petrol, it's okay. The question is, if Dangote decide tomorrow to bring down his price, say, to 600, the importers of this petrol, would they be able to compete? So it's not just about, Dangote refinery can do this, that. No. It's about having other source. But the thing is, we need to know who is the importer. If it is clearly
have they ever told us the people in charge of the subsidy in Nigeria? Have they ever had the
we know the pressures. That is why you and I are here. We're going to need to ask them continuously until they answer us. So if you like, let them bring 200 trucks or 200 years of the petrol. So long as they do not tell us the source and those who are importing it, then the government is lying to the people.
All right, Nigerians, phone lines are open. Let's have you join the conversation. 0817-029-4077. That's the number to call. 0817-029-4077. Or you follow the link on the pin post and get straight into the studio to join us in the conversation. Very quickly, sir, 2 things or 3 things why I would like me you talk. 1, we see hardship don't make private car owners now for Abuja. They use their private cars, including Jeep. They do kapu because things hard very well. And then civil servants for federal government don't they lament. Say that 35,000 wage award, they never still give them till now. In fact, they say civil servants they cry, so they never get them this hard before. That is, say it's never did this hard for their whole life before. And OT paying them gone. And then Nigerian Solidarity Group in support of Venezuela, they vex well for Trump. They don't want Trump. Make it release Maduro. A group of Nigerians. In fact, I'm coming. Let me take this call. I'll get back to you, sir. Hello, good evening and welcome.
A very good evening to you, Auntie Precious.
Sir, you're welcome. Is this Davo?
Yes, please.
You're welcome. Go ahead.
Yeah, actually, I joined late, but I wanted to just greet your brave guests and also say you guys, you always be trying. I missed your program yesterday. I watched the other one.
Did you go and watch that yesterday's show? Go and watch it.
I did watch it today. I did.
You heard what that young man said, Abi?
Indeed. In fact, I was even regretting why I did not join you since yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, quick one. The truth is that I even wanted you to have talked about the election in Uganda between
You did not hear when I talked about it. That's what I started with now.
That's what I said. I joined late, so I did not know.
That's what I started with.
Yeah, so actually, to be sincere, people like even Goodluck Jonathan, I expect them to even come out and condemn the way this guy has been kept under house arrest. I think Goodluck Jonathan is the leader who is supervising that election, and I believe Nigeria,
person well until African Union say the election go well. African Union don't release statements. They don't drag them.
You saw him congratulating the incumbent president. Goodluck Jonathan congratulated the incumbent, and he's going there as an African observer to that election. He's going to be paid. He's just going to go there to make his money, and that's the problem. And you can see that democracy is even in Africa. A lot of youth in Africa are having their.
Hello, Davos. Are you there? Davos, you there? All right, if you like say network don't come out, answer. Okay, so make I let you react to the things that we have been talking before, sir.
I didn't hear very well what you were saying.
No, they talk about the Uganda election and waiting in Goodluck Jonathan.
But we have said there's nothing more to say. What we have said is that Your former president has joined the clique of those people who are not ready to tell the truth. He has joined the group of those who pretend to be sleeping when they're not sleeping.
All right. Hello, good evening, and welcome.
Hello, precious, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome, sir. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Marvelous calling from Canada.
You're welcome, Marvelous. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. The reason why I called, there's a news that I just come across now again, saying that this is a Christian genocide, that is one America from Abuja or whatever.
But I just read it now that's what New York Times. Now, New York Times post the guy will get Inter-Society. He's the owner of Inter-Society. Saying a screwdriver seller and them tell. So screwdriver and I make US, I make Donald Trump carry Tomahawk missile without investigation. In fact, for me, I actually feel like New York Times insulted the intelligence of US Army by publishing this report, honestly speaking, because even me as a journalist, you know, go fit tell me anything I carry and without verifying, let alone the United States acting and spending resources to act just by an information given by one man.
Okay, that's the $9 million that is at work now, right?
I don't know. It could be, your mind is there. So if you say that the $9 million is in this work,
was it not what I said? I know.
It should be the $9 million now, $9 million US dollars now. I think it should be part of it now.
hey.
So you see the reason why I said what I keep saying that. We do not have leaders because if you look at these people, because they all came through the windows, these people need to be flushed out. They all need to go. They all need to go so that that country can go into proper reset. The country can go into proper reset. Okay, look at just what because I'm just going through the news now, you know, because of the time difference and everything. So I just come across it, I was just like, what's going on? So they say the guy is even a screwdriver seller. One America from Abuja.
Yes, now.
So,
Emeka Ume Agbalasi.
what do you man do to Nigeria? What is it that?
But you're not from Igbo. You're not Igbo man. Why you can't they carry the matter for head like this?
Why not?
Thank you, my brother. Oh, I'm sorry, sir.
Okay. I pray God help also. It's all right there. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Prince Francis Chilaka, sir. Do you have anything to
It's
say?
the truth. It's the truth. You know, it's getting to a point where even non-Igbos are beginning to ask, what is the sin of the Igbo man? Whatever it is, the sin, you're investing the sin of the father on the children. This is what we were talking about yesterday when I was talking about Fisayo's post. You live where the problem is. You are looking for a solution somewhere else. How will you arrive at that solution? They should be able to come out and tell us that this is the sin of the Igbos. Then the younger generation of Igbos will decide whether to go and ask for repentance or not. But you do not tell me that because there was a Biafra war that was fought when a lot of the young people you have today were not born, and you're using that to suppress them. It's the height of it. It doesn't speak well for the country. It doesn't speak well for the people. We must learn to accommodate one another. But the moment we begin to look at tribe, ethnicity, and religion, we are the ones hurting ourselves. As we did a talk show, now you don't talk now and say, Devil, my son, want to contest local government chairman. Wike, son, want to contest Federal House of Rep. All the thugs, all of them, when they carry bag, when they snatch ballot boxes, where are they? Are you people not qualified to contest? Oh, they're not going to come out now. The Minister for State Defense, Matawale, whether they say now 9 of him boys,
9
they
of
went
his
at the same
children,
time.
9 of his boys and some daughters, they married the same day.
They went at the same time. All of them when they do and they carry cap, and they carry mat, and they carry stone. Why they not go marry the children? Shame on Nigerian youths.
Make I leave you, may you go sleep, sir. Thank you so much. Nigerians appreciate you. Thank you so much, sir, for always obliging us and being on the show.
You're welcome.
Rest. No vex. No vex on Nigerian youth too much, sir. No vex on them too much. Thank you. See you on Friday. God willing. Good night and God bless you. Nigerians, I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone who's been part of the show. It's always a pleasure to be with you guys and discuss issues concerning the growth and development of our nation with you. I see you again tomorrow evening with Mr. Shegun Shopito, God willing. Protect your mental health, like I always say, because it's very important. No wahala suppose carry your mental health come up for your body. You need to be alive to think and to worry about Nigerian problem. I love you. Good night and God bless you. Bye.